we explore the lives of remarkable individuals who overcame adversity to leave an indelible mark on the world. Today, we delve into the captivating story of one of history's most celebrated artists, Vincent van Gogh.
I would rather die of passion than of boredom.
Van Gogh's artistic genius and vibrant masterpiece are renowned worldwide, but few know of the immense challenges he faced on his journey to greatness.
I dream my painting, and I paint my dream.
We'll also uncover the various unsuccessful career paths he embarked upon, desperately seeking a fulfilling profession that would elude him for years.
I put my heart and my soul into my work, and I have lost my mind in the process.
Artistic rejections. Van Gogh's early attempts fell short of the standards of his time, leaving him facing continuous disappointments from art dealers and galleries.
What would life be if we had no courage to attempt anything?
Van Gogh's financial struggles loomed large, casting a shadow over his dreams. He faced with many difficulties, coupled with strained personal relationships, including unrequited love and familial conflicts, contributed to his sense of failure and isolation.
Art is to console those who are broken by life.
He struggled with mental illness throughout his life, and he only sold one painting during his lifetime. However, he never gave up on his dream of becoming a painter, and he eventually produced some of the most iconic and beloved works of art in history. Until the age of 27, Van Gogh's life had been nothing but a series of failure. Van Gogh began seriously pursuing art in his late 20s, around the age of 27. Prior to that, he had experimented with drawing and painting as a hobby but had not yet committed himself fully to the craft. Once he decided to pursue art as a career, he dedicated himself to intense self-study and improvement. How did he improve his painting skills in such a short amount of time? Ron Friedman argues in his book Decoding Greatness that Van Gogh's success can be attributed to his ability to reverse engineer the work of other great painters. Friedman defines reverse engineering as the process of taking apart a model you admire, pinpointing precisely what makes it work, and applying that knowledge to develop novel ideas, methods, and products that are uniquely your own. Van Gogh was a master of reverse engineering. He studied the work of the old masters, such as Rembrandt and Vermeer, and he learned from their techniques. He studied the use of color in the paintings of the old masters, and he learned how to use color to create mood and atmosphere. He also studied the work of his contemporaries, such as Monet and Renoir, and he incorporated their innovations into his own work. He studied the use of light and shadow in the paintings of his contemporaries, and he learned how to use light and shadow to create depth and perspective. Here are some specific examples of how Van Gogh reverse engineered the work of other painters. The Potato Eaters, 1885. This painting was one of Van Gogh's first attempts to use bold colors and thick brush strokes. He was inspired by the work of the French Impressionists, and he wanted to create a painting that would capture the essence of the everyday lives of the Poe. The Sower, 1888. This painting was inspired by a work by Jean-Francois Millet. Van Gogh was impressed by Millet's ability to capture the beauty of the natural world, and he wanted to create a painting that would have a similar effect. Sunflowers, 1888. This series of paintings was inspired by Japanese woodblock prints. Van Gogh was impressed by the bold colors and simple compositions of these prints, and he wanted to create a painting that would have a similar effect. The Starry Night, 1889. This painting is one of Van Gogh's most famous works. It was inspired by the view from his window at the asylum of Saint Paul de Massol in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence. Van Gogh was fascinated by the night sky, and he wanted to create a painting that would capture its beauty and mystery.
I often think that the night is more alive and more richly colored than the day.
Self-Portrait with Bandaged Ear, 1889. This painting was created after Van Gogh cut off part of his own ear. It is a powerful and disturbing image that reflects Van Gogh's inner turmoil.
Great things are done by a series of small things brought together.
These are just a few examples of the paintings that Van Gogh did to reverse engineer to improve his paintings. He was a constant learner and experimenter, and he was always looking for new ways to improve his work. In addition to his ability to reverse engineer the work of others, Van Gogh was also a master of self-experiment. He was constantly trying new techniques and materials, and he was not afraid to fail. He also had a deep understanding of the human condition, and he was able to express his emotions through his paintings. Van Gogh's paintings are some of the most iconic and beloved works of art in history. They continue to inspire and amaze people around the world. Van Gogh's life was full of pain and suffering. He was abandoned by his father at a young age, and he had a difficult relationship with his mother. He also struggled with depression and anxiety, and he was institutionalized several times for his mental health problems. Despite all of the challenges he faced, Van Gogh never gave up on his dream of becoming a painter. He worked hard to develop his skills, and he produced some of the most iconic and beloved works of art in history. Van Gogh's life is a reminder that even in the midst of pain and suffering, it is possible to find beauty and hope. His paintings are a testament to his passion for life and his belief in the power of art. On July 27, 1890, Van Gogh shot himself in the chest with a revolver. He died the next day at the age of 37. Vincent van Gogh's paintings were not widely appreciated during his lifetime. However, his work began to gain recognition after his death. If you are feeling sad when you think about Van Gogh's life, it is important to remember that he was a complex and talented individual who made a significant contribution to the world. Van Gogh's life was a tragic one, but his work continues to inspire and amaze people around the world. He is a reminder that even in the midst of pain and suffering, it is possible to find beauty and hope.
The only time I feel alive is when I'm painting.